But yeah, I encourage people to, call on God in their life. A lot of times people feel empty right now. Why is that? Because not many people are truly seeking His will. If you follow His will, you won't be empty.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yeah.
He's going to keep you busy.
Yeah.
And He's going to keep you engaged in His kingdom if you're willing. And that is the key, I think, is, the willingness to do so.
Like he said earlier, he said something about not wanting to go. Like, as far as that, it's I find it kind of crazy sometimes how the things that we don't want to do, that's where God exactly takes us to.
Most times.
Yeah.
Most times, those places, like, for me, I taught school for 3 years. I would have said growing up 15, 16, nah, I'm never teaching school. Not teaching school. I ended up teaching for 3 years then.
Then you enjoyed it.
And I enjoyed it.
There you
I
go.
loved it. But
when God's in the forefront of what we're doing, I mean, it's game on.
Like it's and me and Micah have a very special relationship, because we served in ministry together, and there's some, it's kind of like and when you're in ministry at times, there's a lot of stress and a lot of like things that you see that you're like, gosh, I wish that, we could do that different. And it's the same way of like growing up as a kid being like, when I'm a parent, I won't do it this way. Like when you're growing up in ministry, it's like a youth pastor and an associate pastor. You're like, when I lead my own church, I won't do it that way either, And, the thing that I will say is like Lindsay's always had this, like as long as I've known Lindsay, she's always had this on her heart, and seeing you, like your heart get opened up to it, it's pretty awesome to see as a friend, because I've always, as long as I've known you had a great call on your life, and seeing God move through you has been, something that I love to see. And I'm that way with all my friends. I think that's one of the highlights of my life, is getting to not only see what God does in my life, but what He does around in the people that He's placed me around.